people are bitching about the number of games that's going to be available on launch day, and the number of games coming out over over the course of the year, things like that. Now, if none of the games that release on launch day are appealing to you, and you decide to buy the system later on, this video is not for you. It isn't. This is for the ones that want to find anything to bitch about without first smelling their own shit. Let's be objective for a moment. For the entirety of this video, actually. I'm a very objective person. What did the PS4 launch with? Since there are not many heavy hitters for the Nintendo Switch available, or that will be available, or not enough games, let's look at this objectively. So let me pull up the launch lineup of the PS4. These are games that were available day one. Okay? PS4. Let's see here. Let's get to it. Angry Birds Star Wars. Wow. A mobile game. A free one at that. Let's move on. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Battlefield 4. You mean the broken one? I believe it's still broken? Okay. Blacklight Retribution. Call of Duty Ghosts. You mean what's considered one of the worst Call of Duties? At least so I've heard. Contrast. DC Universe Online. Dive Kick. Don't know what the hell that is. FIFA 14. Flower. Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition. Just Dance 2014. Killzone Shadowfall. Knack. Knack. We know how that turned out. I think it was one of the most traded in games during the launch window. Lego Marvel Superheroes. Madden 25. It's Madden. Nothing special. NBA 2K14. NBA Live 2014. Need for Speed Rivals. I don't really think many folks enjoyed that. Or purchased it, rather. Playroom. The fact that they put this on the list, I know it's a pack game, but I think it's more of an app and not really a game, but they counted it. And when I say they, I mean IGN. I'll just leave it at that. Resogun, which I think according to Shadow Fox, this game could have been done on the PS3, and in fact, later on down the line, it was released for the PS3. Skylander Swap Force. Sound Shapes, which seems to be a cross-buy. I'm pretty sure that's with the Vita, more than likely. Super Motherload. Trine 2, which is an indie title. And Warframe. So you're right. You got more games available on launch day, but a lot of these games were actually like digital or indie titles. There were quite a few retails in there as well, but as far as heavy hitters, not that many. And I don't think any of these, outside of maybe Madden, Madden 2K, have even sold remotely well. I'm just saying. But I didn't hear anyone complaining about that. Let's move on to the Xbox One, shall we? The launch titles, day one. Of course, Need for Speed Rivals, Forza 5. Now, Forza is at the top of the game when it comes to racing sims. Okay, that's one of the heavy hitters. FIFA 14, Dead Rising 3, Crimson Dragon, Battlefield 4, Skylander Swap Force, Rise, Son of Rome, Zoo Tycoon, Madden 25, Lego Marvel Superheroes, Killer Instinct, Assassin's Creed 4, Fighter Within, Call of Duty Ghosts, and of course a myriad of other titles such as Loco Cycle, which is a digital game, Power Star Golf, that's a digital game, Zumba Fitness, World Party, you know, everything else is pretty much a match game for game on the place for the PlayStation 4, with the exception of Xbox Fitness, which is a digital game. So, yeah, nothing really impressive there except for, in my opinion, Killer Instinct. Of course, you gotta give credit to 2K, Forza 5 especially, Dead Rising 3. I give credit to those games. But there's only about 5 killer titles in there. Okay? Most of these are third-party games. About 80-90% of them. Now let's go over to PlayStation 4's launch window. You got games such as Infamous Second Son. That was a decent game. I have it. Minecraft. Octodad's Deadliest Catch. Oddworld New and Tasty. These are PSN games, not retail. What about a retail game? Thief. That's a retail game. Wolfenstein. Not many retail games actually came out within the launch window. Drive Club, we're not going to talk about that. Just saying. So the launch window, it had quite a few games, but most of them are PSN games. So essentially indies. And we know what happened after that. A whole bunch of damn remasters of PS3 games. Xbox One, launch window. Well, all I see here is Titanfall, decent game, although it was online only. Wolfenstein, Project Spark. We're not going to talk about that. Minecraft and Connect Sports. Yeah. Hell of a launch lineup. Peggle 2. It's a 360 game. I have it. I mean, yeah, it came free. Now, let's look at the Nintendo Switch. So, launch day. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I think that's the only game that anyone needs for the day, because I'm sure it'll keep your ass busy for the month. But let's move on. Super Bomberman R. I'm looking forward to that. People have been clamoring for Bomberman to come back in a good way, especially Sprite Remix. Shout out to him. You got Just Dance 2017, Skylanders Imaginators, which of course is a port. It came out, I think it came out earlier, or it's about to come out. I could be wrong. Let me know. And 1-2 Switch, which I've heard people bitching about, stating, you know, it's kind of like a, you know, another Wii Sports or whatever, where it's an emphasis on motion controls, but it's imagination, or you're not looking at the screen. Look, you guys always bitch about new ways to play. Nintendo gives it to you, and you shit on it. I won't even get into this, maybe in a different video, but it's a game. It's there. So Xbox had Kinect. PlayStation had the Move. But I don't see you guys shitting on those games for those devices. I don't hear you guys shitting on them. Just saying. Now, throughout the remainder of March, you got snipper clips, which I am extremely interested in. I don't give a hell what you think about that, but I look forward to playing that with my wife. I really do. Looks like a Fast Racing Neo remix or whatever. Has Been Heroes, which I do want that game. It looks very interesting. But there's more than a few games that come out. I'm just saying, people. So right there, that's 8 games confirmed for March. We don't know anything about a virtual console, if there'll be any games you can play on there or whatever. We don't know anything, but we know that basically retail games, there will be 8 in March. That's not bad. Zelda alone is enough. Now within the launch window, I'm looking at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on April 28th. That's a big hitter. That's one of Nintendo's primary big 3 core franchises. It's sold to more than half the install base of the Wii U. It's currently one of the highest selling game of all time, as far as like one of them. I think as a retail game that was never like a pack in at launch, it's around 40 million for the Wii. Nothing comes close to that. Not an exclusive game. And then of course, other games from 2017, ARMS, can't wait for that. This Guy 5, Puyo Puyo Tetris, Rhyme. Then you have, of course, Splatoon 2. New IP making big waves. I'm going to crash some servers, I'm pretty sure, the day it releases. Then, and that's the summer, Elder Scrolls Skyrim for the autumn or the fall. Then, of course, for holiday, you got Super Mario Odyssey. And then there are 10 other games, such as Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Steep, I Am Setsuna, Sonic, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, FIFA, Ultra Street Fighter 2, The Final Challenge, Minecraft, and some other games. So right there, we're talking about roughly 25 games that are scheduled to come out this year. Now, I do think a couple of these may get pushed into 2018, namely Xenoblade Chronicles 2, because honestly, I don't think we need that game this year. I don't think the Switch needs it. I really don't. But 25 games are slated to be released from launch day to the end of the year. A lot of them are heavy hitters. Yet these other 2 systems, which you guys praise and you like to make comparisons to, they didn't have any big hitters, not this many, and not within the first year. All right? They didn't. So, now you may not have any interest in all these games. You may not have interest in any of them. But I find it funny how you guys will quickly judge the launch lineup of this console without first thinking of the one you currently own, whether it's a PS4, Xbox One, PS3, Xbox 360. Hell, even the Wii U had a great launch lineup. It was actually pretty good. Better than the PS4 and Xbox One. To me, at least. And I understand that's subjective, but still. But anyway, as I was saying, before you talk shit or shit on another console, be sure you check your own damn drawers first. Because I'm telling you, I believe many of the people making these negative statements about the launch lineup and the launch window, they're the ones that didn't buy the Wii U. Most of them. There may be a few Wii U owners out there that may be a little put off by it. But to me, anyone that owns a Wii U and actually likes the console, 9 times out of 10, Breath of the Wild is all they needed on launch day. That's all they needed. But let me know what you think in the comments. And as I always say, keep it gaming.